Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, the insane mad scientist RINE initiated Operation Helheim, the first step on the road to reaching the elusive world line known as Steins Gate. And he has found a small little loophole in the world line's convergence through which to create this seemingly impossible miracle. But at this moment in time we are not RINE, we are simply Rintaro Okabe, a struggling university student still reeling from the trauma of the events of July 28th. And unfortunately, we have received a second phone call from none other than Amadeus Kurisu shortly after our unfortunate panic attack. Might as well bite the bullet on this one. And for some reason I actually have a note in my back pocket for some reason. Let me just read what it says. It's just a blank piece of paper except for the words "Talk to Amadeus Kurisu." Not sure what that means, but well, why not? We've certainly kept her waiting long enough, although Rintaro is in absolutely no state, physical or emotional, to deal with this.
Nanda.
And yet it feels like forever since we last talked with Amadeus Kurisu.
Nanda? じゃない。急に切るなんて失礼。
It is normally rude to hang up with someone in the middle of a conversation, but I think a panic attack would probably be considered the exception to the rule.
どうかしたの?
Just having an anxiety crisis. Pay it no mind.
なんでもない。
I can see that it is the 15th of December 2010, I believe.
でも、ひどい顔色してるじゃない。
Indeed, Rintaro Okabe was not in the best of health at this point.
本当になんでもない。放っておいてくれ。しばらく連絡してこないでくれると助かる。
The trauma of Kurisu Makase's death on our hands and conscious is really not doing us any favors. Amadeus Kurisu is upset, but I think she understands what Rintaro is trying to say, even though she doesn't fully understand the situation.
あまり無理せずに誰か知り合いに連絡しなさいよ。
We should probably get in touch with Mayuri at some point. Farewell, Amadeus Kurisu. Disconnected. Amadeus Kurisu gave up easier than I expected. Maybe she realized that as an artificial intelligence, there was nothing she could do. I've already talked to a psychiatrist, and that didn't actually seem to help, so realized I was making her sound like a real person. That is essentially because she is a real person, of a sort. And the second that thought crossed my mind, I almost saw the image of a bloody hand. I gritted my teeth and waited for it to pass. I really should turn off my smartphone until I've calmed down a little. I was fine just a moment ago, but now, even hearing Kurisu's voice was enough to send me into a panic. I'd gone back to how I was half a year ago. Utterly broken. Back then, even hearing Kurisu's name was enough to make me dizzy.
手を出すべきじゃなかった。
We shouldn't have messed with this, and yet we did, and we can't take it back. I shouldn't have tried to chase Kurisu's shadow. For now, I should just turn off the smartphone and leave it off. But in the end, I couldn't make that decision. We've become entirely too dependent on Amadeus Kurisu, it seems. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water and caught my breath. It was still a little time before my meeting. I wanted to get some air up here and recover a little. I looked over at the scenery below the overpass. It looks like the festive Christmas season is starting to pick up. The city was in the Christmas spirit. The atmosphere was charged with excitement. There were a lot of people around here. It was the exact opposite of me, in other words. I took more deep breaths. I still felt like I wanted to throw up. I was getting a headache too. Definitely need to get some Panadol on that one. If I then went to Dr. Leskinen like this, I'm sure I'd worry him. Then I realized that the two girls coming up the stairs were looking at me. I peered into the late afternoon darkness to try and make out their faces. One of them, the girl with the short haircut, waved. And lo and behold, it's Mayuri's cosplay friends.
マユリの友達の
Fubuki and Kaede, I believe. They were Mayuri's friends and fellow cosplayers. I think their cosplay names were Kaede and Fubuki. I didn't know their real names. Which was Kaede and which was Fubuki again? This is Kaede, that's Fubuki. Getting a terrible sense of deja vu here once again.
具合悪そうですけど。
ああ、大丈夫。
In other words, we're lying through our teeth. If I made them worry here and they talked to Mayuri, it would cause a big fuss. I didn't want her to worry about me when she didn't have to. I shouldn't have come back to Akiba anyway. Too many dark memories. I'd run into people I knew just walking through town. I should have gone towards Kanda when I left the shrine.
オカリンさんっていつもなんだか辛そうに見えます。
If only you knew how much.
そうか。
Indeed, Rintaro, you always look incredibly miserable.
そうだよ。ふぶきちゃん。
It's alright,
そんなオ
Kaede.
カリンさんを見てるマユシーも辛そうで。
Well, Mayuri has always been pretty intuitive when it comes to Rintaro.
私もオカリンさんとマユシーのこと見てると泣きそうになって。って私何言ってんだろう。
This Fubuki girl must really care about Mayuri. Indeed she does. I felt a little better after hearing that.
オカリンさんの好きな人って誰ですか？
Putting us on the spot, are you? The girl I like. An image of Kurisu appeared in the corner of my eye again. The worst possible question at the worst possible moment. The feeling in my hands when I took her life came back. No. Calm down.
オカリンさん
Congratulations, Fubuki, you've triggered Rintaro's panic attack.
失礼なことを聞いちゃって
I wouldn't necessarily call it rude. It
私
was unfortunate. What was that? Suddenly a flashback. Is that... Was that who I thought it was? Was that... It couldn't have been. Surely that couldn't be... Hoenn Kyoma. The world can be tricked. Connect the possibilities. Deceive the world. But what could it all possibly mean? I
オ
wonder.
カリンさん本当に大丈夫ですか
I wonder about that.
ああ、大丈夫。
Because not only did we see the memory of Kurisu's death once again, but we also saw the specter of someone who should have already been kidnapped by a dark helicopter and taken away to the dark past. The specter that is Hoenn Kyoma. Kaede and Fubuki were looking at me worried. I got away from them as fast as I could. So something happened. Something at this moment in time that we cannot explain. We've received a strange message that has no real significance at this point.
テスターをやめたいです。
And now we have transversed into the chapter X-Day Protocol. But Can I access the phone? When I started the conversation with that, both Liskin and Amahu looked shocked. We can't access our phone. The significance of the message that we have just received is currently beyond Rintaro at this point. But, Believe it or not, adventurers, I'm actually going to end the episode here and jump forward several chapters because, believe it or not, we've already been through this already. So when we return, adventurers, I shall see you all at a very crucial point in this Let's Play of Steins Gate 0. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.